Hi, welcome to Turn-Based Besties, a podcast where two grown adults with no free time talk about their favorite RPGs, because I'm Sam.
And I'm DJ, and we're besties that love to game and travel.
And travel, and deal with episode 2 of Sam having audio issues. And
It
we'll
sounds
see.
fuzzy.
Tune in next time to see if I've solved it by then.
Otherwise, we'll
But
be called the Dusty Turn-Based Besties, because I think he sounds dusty.
just call me Dusty.
I will.
But we're trying to decide if one of the potential problems with my audio is if Kay, my youngest daughter, messed up the microphone by biting it.
Well, there is, on the microphone condom that you just took off, there is a bite mark in it.
Visible bite mark.
So honestly, good for her for growing in the teethers.
There you go. Yeah, I don't think it's on most of the troubleshooting websites for this microphone. I don't think it says, "Did your child bite it?" But maybe.
Maybe. So we're dealing with a bit mic.
But yeah, it's hard to get mad at her though. She's so gosh darn cute. So Jay though has started doing taekwondo. I think I talked about that in a prior episode.
Well, that's right.
So he's doing taekwondo, and Kay, the 1.5-year-old, has had to come with a couple times to the taekwondo practices, and they make sure that when they punch, they go ha, and they say ha when they punch. And so Kay's sitting there watching Jay do his punches, and she just starts going ha. Ha.
Oh.
And now every time you talk about taekwondo, no matter, like, we don't have to be there, whatever else, she just goes, ha.
Gosh, so she's gonna do taekwondo eventually then.
She wants to. She really wants to get out on the mat. That's why you honestly can't take her to taekwondo, because there's nothing for her to do, and there's this big cool mat with people playing on it, and she wants to be there.
Because she might bite the mat.
And she might bite the mat. But she wants to be out there, and she can't be out there. So she's hard to take to taekwondo.
Well, that's okay, because you know what she would have been hard to bring to Japan. Japan.
Yeah, perfect. That was good. That is so true. That's what we're going to chat about today, is our time in Japan and the video game centric things that we did.
Yeah, which our spouses actually let us. They didn't let us. We can do what we want. We're independent women. But they let us do some video game type things. And also they did some video game things when we were there too.
They did them with us, and who knows if they enjoyed them.
They were playing Gauntlet at one point, the two of them were, and I think they were having a good time.
They were. They totally were. No, you're right. I don't know how anybody would ever take kids. Saw a few people pushing kids in strollers, and it looked like very difficult. I would just say. I would go mild and say very difficult. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah. So we went to Japan. We did kind of what people call the classic path, one might say, where you arrive in Tokyo, and then you go to Kyoto, and then you go to Osaka, kind of going south, and then you fly back out of Tokyo. So we were able to do so many things though, and so many things that were video game themed. What were some of your favorites as the gaming stuff that we did, DJ? What would you say? Let's start in Tokyo, because that's where we physically started. Anything fun that you recall? I remember things that you were commenting on constantly the whole time.
Well, there were many times, especially in Tokyo, that I would say, like, I wouldn't even be joking about it until maybe our last day of Tokyo. I would look to Sam, or like maybe Taylor or Max, our spouses, and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, this is just like in Persona 5."
It happened all the time. Or sometimes you said Persona 4.
Oh well, did I? Oh well. Oh, because there's that one time that we were on the bullet train, and we were going real fast, but I looked out and I saw like a small town, and I was like, that looks like that could have been based off of the city in Persona 4. But mostly I was like, this is just like in Persona 5 Royal.
Yes, you said that all the time. And it was, though, when you were just hanging out in the shops underground, in the train stations. I mean, it was pretty spot on.
Yeah, I know.
So that's a fun thing to do.
We also
go around Shibuya and like just feel like you're in Persona. It's kind of fun.
We also got lost in the train station, just like you do in Persona 5 as well, in the Shibuya station.
Yeah, you said that. and all of us were like a little on edge and not feeling great because we were lost in the train station. So it was not a welcome comment when DJ was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool, guys! It's like we're in Persona," and we're just like, "Shut up! We're trying to get out of here."
I think we had been in Japan for a total of like 1 hour at that point, constantly underground the entire time. At this point, we were like, "So Japan's just underground, I guess."
The number of the number of times we're just like, we just need to get up and out, and then we can survive. We just need to be out of the underground.
A part of me is still underground in Japan, and we'll never see daylight ever.
But yeah, Shibuya was fun. I mean, so we did Shibuya, we did Shinjuku, we did Akihabara, and all of them had little things to do. I recall that so Akihabara, I believe, was more. I think it's called like Electric Town, right? So it's got a lot of anime and video game shops, and then also just like electronics stores and those kind of things. I think we were in Shibuya though when we did a few of the let's see here, like we did a few of the gachapons for sure. So those are the stores that have the capsule games. So it's like, you give them you give coins and you twist and you get a capsule and it's got some little thing in it, some little trinket. Those are everywhere, especially in like Shinjuku and Shibuya. And there are so many gaming ones. There are so many video game little guys. So if you have a game that you like, even if it's obscure, you very well might find a little trinket.
Most likely, if it's an obscure like Japanese game, you will find the trinket there. I think we all got a couple little toys from the gachapon vending machines for sure. I got some, of course, some like Mario stuff for our friends back here in Seattle, and I got one that's a miniature PlayStation 3 controller, not meant to actually be used, but it's like the size of your palm.
Yeah, it's just a cute little like keychain almost.
Yeah, it was really cute. I put it on my keys when we got back, and it's way too cumbersome. So
I got a Monster Hunter one, and it was one of the monsters you fight, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I looked at the one that I got. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And it was like the frog toad one, or one of the frog toad monsters, and it was dead with its tongue out on its back. And I was when I had looked at they give you the options that you might get, and it was all these really cool dragons like in cool positions, and then I got the dead flipped over toad.
And then you lost one of the arms to it also.
Yeah, it was a sad little man.
Do you still have it? Did you throw it away?
I think it's in my backpack.
Nice.
I could gift it to the kids. They might still kind of think it's cool.
Yeah, here's a broken toy. Here you go. Good dad. Good
broken
dad.
Toy with one arm. Yep. Dad of the year here. Dad of the year. But there's a million of those, so you'll find a game. I would say do the gachapons and don't do as many of the claw game ones, just because. I mean, as we all know, and from the States too, you play the claw games. You're not going to win like almost ever.
We each of us got maybe one thing from some of the claw games, maybe. But
how much money did we waste trying to get a Dragon Quest slime?
Like a silver slime? I don't know, probably like $10,
$10,
which doesn't sound like a lot, but when it only costs, not very probably 50 cents, like American USD. We tried a lot. No, fuck those claw machines.
Do the gachapons. At least you'll get something. But and they were just kind of everywhere, just on the street corners. It's kind of cool. And then we hit up a bunch of the arcades. There were a lot of arcades. I think the biggest, tallest one, wasn't it in Kyoto on that strip? That kind of like.
You're right. It was. Yeah.
Kind of like a downtown strip in Kyoto is the
field. Yeah.
And then there was I think it was 5 or 6 stories tall, and just level after level of different arcade games, and some of them were what you might expect, and we even partook in. I think it was you and Taylor that did the Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh yeah,
that was fun. That was
good. And then we played that beat 'em up. The 4 of us did.
That was like on the top level, right?
Yeah.
We were looking for something that all 4 of us could play, and hey, Max and Taylor were into that.
They were. They like a beat 'em up. They can start their own. Buttons. They can start their own podcast. Beat 'em up, buddies.
That would work. Maybe. How many beat 'em ups has Max ever played? Because I can tell you, Taylor has played one, and it was on the sixth floor of that arcade that we just talked about.
I don't know how many Max has played the X-Men one for sure a lot. You
Oh,
played
those
the
are so
X-Men
much fun.
one. Those
Yeah,
are
those
so
are so
much
fun.
fun.
Yeah, yeah. What else? They had some interesting games there though. So the stuff you would think, and then I would just say there would be random games that looked like a cool like JRPG or something, but it was in an arcade. It's like just didn't feel like a
Yeah,
game you would sit down and play on a giant arcade machine, and that was cool. And
yeah.
then there were some obscure ones. Remember the one that the people had gloves? They were
Yeah.
all wearing gloves, and they were all standing there playing this. I still don't understand what it
It
was,
was
but it
kind of
looked cool.
like and they were like fancy, like they were like bring your own gloves party,
They
and
were fancy.
it was like Dance Dance
They were like Michael
Revolution, but
Jackson.
for your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was a
I don't.
rhythm-based game, and they were going all over. Like these folks, some of these folks were like intense.
They were intense. It was cool. And then there would even be like, normal. There'd be non-electronic games even. There would be pool and stuff, and then there would be darts. There was a lot of darts. I would say that is a thing that
Just like Persona.
just like Persona. I mean, it is a cultural thing. So
Hmm.
you had darts inside the arcade. You had darts inside the bars, which is normal, right?
Yeah.
And then it would just be, but then there would be like dart places, right? Like
Hmm.
like we might have nowadays what's popular, bowling and mini bowling
Yeah.
and axe throwing places and whatever. I mean, they had a bunch of darts places.
I
So
know. I played darts probably the most out of all us when we were there because you and I played in
we did.
one of the little cute little random tiki bar when we were in Kyoto.
That was Kyoto. That was Kyoto. Yeah, yeah.
And
Actually, never mind. I don't remember that because that didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking
oh, that's right, because we discovered that you're actually not very good at darts.
about. Yeah, I got crushed a lot of times.
You sure did. Kind of like, yeah, I know. And then your wife actually beat me in darts.
I know she was doing awesome.
Yeah.
It was fun. What else did we? Oh, that was at yeah, but that was in
Kyoto.
Osaka that Taylor. No, that was in Osaka
Oh, you're right. That
that
was in
Taylor.
Osaka
Yeah,
when Taylor beat
yeah,
me. Yeah.
yeah. Darts are everywhere there. What else? Oh, so then
Then
okay,
we
so there
did.
were arcades, and then there were there were a few types of like bars, kind of right. So cafes and bars.
Oh yeah.
So the cafes. Let's hit on the cafes, I guess first. So there
Oh
were a
sure.
couple of these cafe bars. They called themselves cafes, but they were just like bars because you got alcoholic drinks, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We're talking
Yeah.
about like the video game themed cafes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So the I'll never forget the first one because it was the night of our first full day in Tokyo. So we had been it was really our second full day, our second real day in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And my thighs were so chafed beyond reasoning. And we went to yeah, I know your cat was like they were so chafed. Could have
was
heard that
chafing.
meow back there. And then you said I want to go to Monster Hunter in Tokyo, so we went to the Monster Hunter cafe.
We did, and yeah, you were like, "How many steps is that to go to?" And I was like, "Many." And you're like, "Great, that sounds good. Let's do that."
Yeah, I was. I
My
was like,
thighs,
that
my
sounds
thighs would
awesome.
love that. Yeah, so I like Monster Hunter. I've
Yeah.
played several of them, and there was a Monster Hunter cafe, and like the pictures look really cool, and so I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go do that."
Heck
So
yeah.
we get in there, and it was not the most populated on that
Mm-mm.
day, but I think it was a weeknight,
Hmm.
right? We'll give it, but it was cool. I mean, so if you like the game that you are frequenting the cafe for, it can be kind of cool. They
Yeah,
had
yeah.
some giant like replicas of the weapons from the game and some of the monsters, and they had cool themed drinks which were overly sweet, but some of them were okay. And then they had like some prizes you could win that were probably centric to that bar. So, there might be some merch you can only get at these cafe
Only at
places.
those.
And and then they would also have like a big screen that you could play the game on. I had not played in months, and you kept pushing me to be like, go up there, go up there. I'm like, I'm not gonna go into the lion's den of people that are super good at this game, and I haven't played in months, and just kind of like fumble around, and so I did not.
It would have been cute though. We took a
I
photo of
acted
you up
like I
there.
was going to, but yeah, behind the scenes, I never actually played because I didn't have the courage.
I think so. We also went to a Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn specifically themed cafe in Osaka, which is I think through the same company as this Monster Hunter Cafe in Tokyo.
They were very, very similar.
They're very similar. But I think I had a better time at the Final Fantasy Cafe than maybe you had at the Monster Hunter Cafe because I got so many free things. I literally
You got a
won
lot
a
of free things.
prize. I didn't even
Yeah.
try. I didn't even try to win a prize. I just won because I was sitting at a certain table.
We were part of a game and we didn't know it.
We literally didn't know we were part of a game. And we sat
That
down.
lady, she was like the MC of the place. She brought the energy. She
She did. She was awesome. She knew that script forward and backwards, and she was reading that script.
she was.
She was
I
an
know.
actor, honey. That's what she was.
She's working it, and then you won, and you were very excited.
I know. It was really cute. We got some coasters, some Final Fantasy coasters.
So yeah, the recommend, I would say low recommend or to mid recommend if you really like a game.
Yeah.
And you want to go to one of those cafes. There's some cool things. They definitely keep it's a strongly themed and everything else. However, one other bar that we went to, I would give a high recommend to. I really liked Space Station that DJ found for us in
Yeah.
Osaka. So shout out to Space Station.
Yeah, Space Station in Osaka was awesome. It was retro video gaming. So, and it was, I don't know why I expected it to be bigger than it was. We had been in Japan for over a week at that point. I should have known it was going to be a smaller room.
Everything's cozy there.
It was cozy. It was cozy. Not uncomfortable. Actually cozy. But yeah, it was.
You will cozy up to the other patrons.
You absolutely will. And we cozied up to people when we played some GoldenEye
We did.
on N64. You were really
And
good at that.
Who won Goldeneye?
You won. I like how I was going to give you a genuine compliment, and you were about
Yeah.
to be like, "Who won that? Who won that?" It was you, Sam.
Who grew up with two siblings and played N64 all the time?
It was you.
It was me.
It was you, Sam. Sam or Whammers. But no, that's where Taylor and Max played Gauntlet, and we played that one game on Sega that you liked when you were a kid. We played some Mortal
Gunstar
Kombat.
Legend, or no, Gunstar Heroes.
Gunstar Hero, yeah. And we played some of the new Mortal Kombat.
Shout out to Andrew Rhodes out there. We would play that at his place. It was a great game.
It was cool, and it was really cool. Like I don't know if I'd go back to the cafes when we go back to Japan, but I would go back to Space Station. It was cool.
I would definitely go back to Space Station. It was cool. And it was just down the way from that ramen place that we hit up, which was great. And
Yeah.
for sure, yeah, just the vibe was cool. The drinks were good and also themed towards video games.
Oh, they were,
And yeah, you have access to so many retro games. I mean, we played Sega, it's like Sega Saturn and N64, but they also had, I mean, pretty much every system you would want, I think.
I think so. I think
'Cause
everything.
They kept going back further where we couldn't even get to because there were too many people.
It's true. No, it was really, really cool. I imagine there are probably there's got to be some cafes like that or bars like that in the States, right? Like a retro gaming cafe.
Yeah, surely so. I mean, I bet there's got to be. So high recommend for Space Station in Osaka. DJ, would you recommend the video game adjacent craze that is pachinko? We'll kind of go off oddball here, pun intended.
I had no idea what I was doing at pachinko.
None of us did.
We did it because we thought, hey, this will be an experience. Let's do it for sure.
Knowing it was not going to be good.
Yeah. I think we really annoyed. This is maybe the one time when we were in Japan that I was like, oh no, there's a language barrier, and we don't know enough of the language to ask how do you play this game. So I was like, oh no, I think we're annoying the workers because we don't know what to do. They can't communicate with us. So I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of pushed buttons until I ran out of coins.
Balls.
Not even C.
For those who don't even know, pachinko is a form of gambling that's, I think it might be the only form of gambling that's legal in Japan. And it is the way I was describing it is you have these ball bearings, which are what you bet, but they also, almost like poker chips or casino chips, but they also go into the machine and are part of the game. And so it's like half slot machine, half pinball, and all meth head fever dream. So
it
right,
was wild.
I mean, it's wild, and so it's all like a casino is with lots of flashing and and beeps and boops. And yeah, we were so
Beepsies and boopsies.
painfully unaware of what we were doing that we drew the attention of the staff that walked over and started hitting the buttons for us because we were not doing it right.
Yeah.
You kind of adjust how fast the ball bearings shoot into the game, and then that helps them go down the right paths that you're aiming for.
I was so bad at it,
it's
though.
all luck based. It was bad, but you know what? Now we can say we've done it, and yeah. But anyway, so maybe low recommend to don't even try for pachinko. Sorry out there for pachinko lovers.
Yeah, sorry guys, not our thing at all. But you keep gambling, I guess.
But sometimes you get lucky. That was not one that we walked into and was lucky. But we were also just walking down the street, and then there was a Trails in the Sky.
There was a Trails in the Sky pop up within a store. Like it wasn't the entire store wasn't a pop up Trails in the Sky store, but it was Trails in the Sky. So they had, I think, a system set up where you could just start playing the new game, and then they had this awesome. So those who may not know, Trails in the Sky is a remake of Trails in the Sky from over 20 years ago, and then they had this beautiful glass casing of every version of Trails in the Sky that had been released. So the one that was on PC, and then the PSP, which I'm not sure if the US ever got the PSP version,
no.
And then the remake, and then they had these chocolates that were...
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you had literally sent me a picture of these chocolates earlier that day.
Right. Had no idea we were going to randomly see these kind of
editions.
like collector's edition, kind of expensive chocolates. I should have gotten them, but I mean, I'm not that huge of a Trails fan. I mean, this is my first real kind of like venture into Trails. But
literally playing it at that time.
I still am. Yeah, I know. So it was really cool to see that pop-up shop.
So I recommend. You might find a pop-up shop of a game you like, and you can wade past through the gaming store past all the other fan service items that were definitely in that shop.
Yeah, fan service with quotes around that for sure.
But there are there's so many opportunities to go to different gaming things. We went to the Nintendo store in a few different places, and there was a giant Mario. I think that was in, I want to say Kyoto almost, wasn't it? Or was it
I think you're right. I think it was Kyoto. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a giant Mario at their store. There was a Capcom store, and I bought some Monster Hunter patches, like iron-on patches of the weapons that I made in that game.
Oh, yeah. I bought
Resident Evil stuff.
I bought some Resident Evil socks.
That's right. I forgot what you bought that was Resident Evil.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then there was a Sega Atlas store, and I got some Yakuza stuff for my brother Ben, and I think I bought a Metaphor thing also. That's what I did there. I wanted to get Ben a character that was like this bunny rabbit character from Metaphor. The one from Metaphor, and it was another one of the just random chance games. And so I was like, no, I want that one. And they said, and the staff came up to me and they just laughed at me, and they were like, no, it's random. And I was like, okay, fine. So I didn't get it, but you had to buy like a random card and see if you got the right one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I bought 2 little plushies. I bought a Koro-chan from Persona 3, and I bought a Skull plushie from Persona 5 at the Sega Atlas store.
If my kids didn't have a million stuffies, they would have liked it. I almost bought. They had little baby versions in plushie form of a lot of the monsters from Monster Hunter. Kind of cute. They would like those. But anything else? I think that was about all the video game centric stuff that Tay and Max would allow us to do, which is a lot.
It was a lot. That was a lot. We were only there for 11 days, so we got to do a lot of video game-ish type things. I think that this isn't video gamey, but it is something that just the two of us did. Is I think our second or third day in Tokyo, we made Taylor and Max spend over an hour in a Sukujan store.
That's right.
Which we ended up getting some really beautiful Sukujan jackets, which means like souvenir jackets. They look very traditionally like kind of Japanese, a little bit like are you trying to be Yakuza? And no, we're not trying to be Yakuza.
No, we're not trying to be.
But
are we trying to be a little bit annoying and like, yes, we like Japan and we're wearing these? I mean,
Maybe.
you kind of have to. They're a little obnoxious at times.
They're also really beautiful, and we will take
They are.
photos and post them to the social so you can see them.
Oh, I love them. Yeah, I've gotta find some more time. Now that it's cooler, I have
Right? I
the
literally
weather
was
for
out the other day
my
and I
jacket.
thought, no, this would have been the perfect time to wear it.
I think it's nice. Surely people will recognize what they are and maybe chat you up about your time in Japan or something.
Right? I saw one. I saw one when we were out in the wild on Saturday. Someone else was wearing it. We went to a bubble tea. No, we went to a matcha store in Seattle.
Oh,
And some person in front of me had on a very clearly like a Sukuchan jacket. And I was like, that's really cool. Damn it, I
if you
should
had
have
been
worn
wearing
mine.
yours, you could have had a little moment.
I know.
But anyway,
I know. Well, Samuel, what are you playing now that we are back from Japan? We are post Halloween. What are some RPGs you playing?
so I do think this one counts kind of as an RPG. I do. It's pretty story heavy, but I got sucked into Hades 2.
Oh, fun.
So it's a roguelike. It's very actually there is a story that's intertwined in all the runs that you do. That's very well done. So yeah, I think that one's good. And then I still have Trails to play and Bravely Default, but I'm very close to finishing Hades 2. So then I'll jump into those ones.
Oh,
What
cool.
about you? You are like almost done now with Trails, right?
Yeah, I probably only have maybe I'm middle of the way through chapter 3, and I think chapter 4 is probably not incredibly long.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just kind of bouncing my way through, having a good time. It's fun, you know.
Just dancing through
I
life.
I also dancing through life. I also did. I've never enjoyed a Tales of game.
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed a Tales of game. I'm fooled every time, and I see that there's a remaster of Tales of Xillia, which was the first Tales game I ever tried out. And Sam,
Oh, you've tried this one before too?
like back when it first came out in like 2010, and I tried it for like
DJ.
30 minutes, and I literally remember Sam, like I bought it because it was like at a used like video game store. Tried it for like 30 minutes, and I was a stupid gamer back then too. But I was like, this isn't for me, and I took it back.
Wait. This time or the first time?
The first time, like back in 2010 or whatever,
Okay.
like years and years and years ago.
But you ended up ordering it again.
Well, it's remastered, and I haven't played it for a long time, and
This is cracking me up because you sent me a message.
I know.
And you said, "Don't let me buy this. I've never enjoyed a Tales of game." And then, like, I think it was the same day.
No,
You said,
it was not the
"Oops, I
same
did
day.
it."
It was not the same day. It was
It might have
days
been the
later.
same day.
It was
Might
at
have been
least
the same
one day later.
Then you just bought it. So okay. Well, you know what?
Maybe
No,
I'll like
you're
it
not gonna
now.
like it.
I'm probably not. I got,
No,
you
you're
know,
not
I
gonna like
played
it.
Tales of Zesty Tales. I don't know. I played Zesty
Zesty
Tales, and I think I got 30 hours into that, which I'm proud of.
Zesty Tales, and then there's Veggie Tales.
And there's the Veggie Tales. All them yummy tales. So, but yeah,
I only tried once, but I'm with you. I just, for me, it was the combat which wasn't fluid enough. The system like required you to build up like a certain number of points before you could use certain skills.
I
And
know.
so then
I'm
it
not a
felt
fan
so-
of that.
It felt so stilted.
It felt janky. I
I didn't know what I was doing.
This game I think this game was released after the one that you're talking about, so I'm hoping that the battle system is updated. I don't know, man. I tried. I keep
I believe in
trying.
you.
I am
But at
a
least you're
Trails
trying.
fan, not a Tales fan.
There you go. At least you're trying. Just like where can people try us out and listen to our pod? You didn't like that one? Shaking your head?
Honestly,
Negative?
while you were saying that, I was like, oh man, he's going to try to do another one of these segues. And the entire time I'm thinking, ooh, I just said Trails fan or Tales fan. But honestly, if you want to be a fan of something, you can be a fan of us at Turn-Based Besties on Instagram. You can also listen to us where, Sam? Spotify?
Yes.
Apple Music?
Yes.
YouTube?
Yes.
Probably a lot of places we don't even know about. Hit us up on our socials. Let us know where you're listening to us. Let us know if you've been to Japan and if you have any recommendations for gamers out there. You can email us comments and questions like we just got 2 days ago at turnbasedbesties@gmail.com. These are real people emailing us, and we are gonna, Christian, if you're listening, we are gonna take a look at that request and hopefully get to that in 2026. That would be really cool.
Sounds
talk
good,
about. Yeah. So continue listening to our new episodes coming out when, Sam?
Basically every other Friday.
Basically every other Friday, and sometimes a bonus episode.
That's right.
Like today, or I guess tomorrow when you hear this, but well, it's today when you're listening. Congratulations, time travel, just like when we went to Japan.
Now, when you are listening right now, person.
Yeah, thanks, person. Big thanks, person, to listening to us. Maybe you should stop listening to us for a moment and go like us on social media. That's right. We're going to get to 300 followers by the end of the year. And what happens when we get 300 followers, Sam?
No.
What happens? We get
301.
We get titty topless Sam. That's what we get.
Whatever you say.
That's right. And if we do that, and if you like what I'm talking about, then maybe we should make a Patreon and have an After Dark turn-based besties joysticks.
Okay. And on that note,
no.
When everything in the world points right, maybe go left and see what you find. Because I'm Sam.
And I'm DJ, and this has been a special bonus episode of Turn-Based Besties.
Bonus.
Boba bonus. Bye. Turn-Based Besties. Joystick.